Hello, this is Postdoc Chronicles week number 86, and before we discuss anything, we are still in lockdown, but anyway, that's fine. Let's talk about one of the newest games on the Nintendo Switch, Zombie Army Trilogy. So this one is made by the people who did the Sniper Elite series, the one that is set in World War II. You shoot soldiers, and then every time you do a kill shot, it does a slow-mo of your shot. Well, this one is the same engine, the same mechanic, but instead of shooting Nazi soldiers, here you're shooting Nazi zombies. So it's very over the top, very thrilling, especially if you do it solo in the campaign. As you can see in the campaign, you have online option, you have a local option, and then you have an option to do solo. So initially I thought when you do solo, I thought it was something like, Left 4 Dead where you have some AI companions, but no, it's not. If it's solo, you're really alone, and it's really very hard, especially if you get overrun by the horde. So that's basically the game that I'm enjoying right now on my Nintendo Switch. Very nice. Zombie Army Trilogy. So there's like 3 huge campaigns in there. I'm still playing the first one. It's very hard so far, but very satisfying. Also, I'm still cooking my lunch, so let me check my rice. So it's almost done there, and then I'm gonna fry some pork over there. But anyway, let's go quickly to Postdoc. So this week, so regarding multi-hig, so the multi-higs project, it's still with Christian Gross. He's working on the intro. He's improving the intro, but he's from Italy, so I don't know. Maybe he's a bit stressed, or so we're not like harassing him to come up with it right away, because he's from Italy, and Italy is one of the countries that was hit really hard by the coronavirus. And in MUED project, Jong did contact me last week, and then he talked about the recent progress, and then he's gonna chat with me. He said last weekend, but he wasn't able to. I think he was also busy. So this within this week, we're gonna chat how to proceed, because I was already able to reproduce some of the uncertainties using the MUED implementation in Pythia 8, but he wasn't still satisfied with the uncertainty. So I don't know how to move forward, but he said he had some ideas. So we're gonna have some chat. And then in my qualification task, so last week I was learning about the grid, how to run Rivet on the grid, how to request jobs on the grid, how to run MC generators on the grid. So I was doing that, and I was also doing the so because the thing is the DSIDs in the new Pythia 8.3, they have like segmentation faults, etc. when you run them naively, and then I was only able to run by editing some CMake files. I was only able to run a Drell-Yan process to Tau. So what I did was I locally generated MC events for that particular DSID ID 421112, and then so I did it locally. The thing is, so the output when you do them on Athena, they produce this thing called EVNT files instead of HepMC. But I have an impression that they're the same thing, because Deepak said we should expect this particular amount of size for a particular number of events. So what I did was I was generating 250,000 events, because locally we are allotted a disk size of 100 gigabytes. So I was doing that, but then it turns out that like 250,000 events for Drell-Yan to Tau is only like around 10 gigabytes, which is weird, because I tried to do it on my machine manually, the Drell-Yan as well on the Pythia on my laptop. A 10,000 events produces like 2 gigabytes, so if it's 200,000 plus, so it should be way greater than 10 gigabytes. So that I was surprised. So but still I proceeded, because there's no error or anything in the generation. I didn't say that there's an error or something. So I thought it was fine. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking at existing Rivet analysis. Deepak just said MC Taus. I'm gonna run it over my the events that I generated and see if they make sense, even though they have the file size is small. And also I'm gonna run Dijet events, but this time, since Dijet events as of now does not work when I do the generic Athena build when using 8.301, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hack it such that instead of producing event files, I'm gonna manually produce hepmc files, then run the revet in Athena over those hepmc files, and then so that I can generate some events, and then maybe compare those plots. I'm gonna also do some job requests on the grid for the same events but with 8.244, the older version of Pythia, and then basically I'm gonna compare plots to see if they are any different. So that's basically what you do in validation. But yeah, anyway, this is gonna be a short Postdoc Chronicles because I'm still gonna eat my lunch. I think my rice is there's some water that dropped on the oil, but anyway, I think the rice is fine now, so I'm gonna let it simmer. But yeah, this has been Postdoc week number 86, and we're still in lockdown. But yeah, the nice thing about like in Atlas, at least even though you're in lockdown, since it is like it's done via the grid, as long as you have a decent internet connection, then you can still do some Atlas and CERN stuff. But anyway, again, Postdoc Chronicles week number 86. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.